Dear respected Thay, dear brothers and sisters, dear community, it is the 29th of May 2020. We are in the EIAB in Valbreul in the Ashoka Meditation Hall, and we now are opening our retreat, online retreat, and it's very nice to be together now. And we had a beautiful online Easter retreat, and today we are starting with our another online retreat. And today we will start with the sound of the bell, and we can sing together the Gatha for listening to the bell. And a Gatha is a mindfulness verse, and I have the text here. I think I already know it by heart, but it's always good to have a text. And the text is, when we hear the sound of the bell, we can practice with our in-breath, listen, listen. And when we breathe out, this wonderful sound of the bell brings me back to my true home. Listen, listen, this wonderful sound of the bell brings me back to my true home. And we can do that when we are very present with our breathing, and we can be with ourselves. And if we like, we can put our hand on our belly. And we can sing together a few times, and it's like following. Höre, höre, dieser wundervolle Klang der Glocke bringt mich zurück zu meinem wahren Selbst. Höre, höre, dieser wundervolle Klang der Glocke bringt mich zurück zu meinem wahren Selbst. Höre, höre, dieser wundervolle Klang der Glocke bringt mich zurück zu meinem wahren Selbst. So this Gatha is for us an opportunity, a chance to return to our breathing and to return to our body with our feelings, with our mind, and to relax ourselves. So when we listen to the sound of the bell, we can practice like this. Listen, listen. This wonderful sound of the bell brings me back to my true home, to my body, to my feelings, to my mind. We will listen to one sound of the bell. So dear Sangha, now I would like to do a short guided sitting meditation with you, and you can make yourself comfortable. You can sit if you like with crossed legs. But also if you like, you can sit in any way you like. So some people, they like to sit like as they are sitting on a horse with a so that like we sit on the cushion with both legs, with the cushion between our legs, so to say, or to sit on a chair. So any way like we like to make us feel comfortable. What is important is that we are sitting upright as much as possible. So our neck also is in a straight line with our back. And we can relax our whole body, our shoulders, neck, and we can smile. And to smile means that we are able to relax. It is very different to sit like this, straight and relaxed, with a free in and out breath. Very different than when we are slouching. And we can try that just to feel the difference. So when we are not sitting straight, the quality of breathing is very different. And it's also much more difficult to have a position of concentration. And now when we sit upright, we can feel how we can much easier, we can freely breathe in and out, how we are much more awake and concentrated. If we like, we can put our hand on our belly and we can feel how our belly is rising and sinking, rising and falling. And we will listen to one sound of the bell. Breathing in, I am aware of my whole body. Breathing out, I smile with love to my whole body. Aware of body, smiling to body. breathing in, and I smile with love to my whole body. Breathing out, I relax my whole body. Smiling to my body, relaxing my whole body. Now I see myself as a child of Mother Earth, and how I am carried by her and fed by her, and how she is in me. And I see the beauty of this planet Earth. I see the beautiful trees, the beautiful nature, the beautiful flowers. Nature in its many forms, with us, Homo sapiens, with the many different mammals, reptiles, fishes, birds, and also insects, small creatures like bacteria, viruses, algae. I see the great diversity of life on this beautiful planet Earth. Breathing in, I recognize the presence of Mother Earth in myself. Breathing out, I smile to this beautiful planet Earth, the most beautiful planet in our solar system. Liebevoll zu. And I see to smile at Mother Earth means to smile to myself. Breathing in, I see I am a child of the sun. Without sun, there would not be any life on this planet Earth. And I see that the earth and the sun inter-are, and I inter-am with the earth, and I inter-am with the sun. And I know that my body is here because the earth is here and the sun is here. And because the cosmos is there. We are all dust of stars. Our body exists of elements of past stars. I breathe in and I see myself as a child of the sun. I breathe out and I know I am a star. I am a star and I'm radiating. I have the light of a star in my heart, always present. I recognize now the presence of the stars and the galaxies in myself. And I see that these past stars and galaxies are living, continuing in myself. And I recognize the immortality of the stars and the galaxies. Breathing in, I smile to the stars and galaxies in myself lovingly, and breathing out, I recognize the immortality of the stars and galaxies. I see that I am a continuation of my mother, my father, my grandparents, that I am a continuation of many living beings on this planet that were not yet Homo sapiens. I see I am connected with all life forms on this planet Earth, that I am part of this planet Earth, part of this solar system, of the Earth, the Sun, and the Earth and the Sun are in me, and the story of the whole cosmos is a part of me. I am not beyond measure, I am beyond measure. And I see myself without a lifespan. As immortal, without birth and without death. I am life without boundaries. Breathing in, I see myself, my body, my feelings, my perceptions, my mind as wonders of this cosmos. And breathing out, I feel connected with this whole cosmos, with the Earth, with the Sun, with our galaxy. I don't just see myself in this body, but I also see myself in my parents, grandparents, in the many ancestors, in this planet, in the sun. I see the nature of interbeing, to be connected with everything. And I see the nature of no birth, no death, no before, no after, no coming, no going. No being, no non-being. Interbeing is a way out of the notions of being and non-being. I hope you feel well at home and that you can relax, and I think we all have a need for security, for feeling safe, to have a place where we feel at ease. And I hope we all have a refuge in our home, and also a place of refuge in our body, feelings, perceptions, mind. And when there are insecurities in life, and of course we have many, then many times we try to limit those insecurities. And of course there's something like sickness, or the insecurity to lose your job, financial insecurities. So there's many insecurities in life, and the Buddha has talked about a few things we can be sure of. And that is, for example, that we grow old. We can try to stay as young as possible, but we are getting old. Sickness, illness is also a security. We all get sick as a child, or also later as an adult, and we can do our best to heal and to be healthy and to have a strong immune system, but we live with bacteria and viruses and things like that, and we all get sick, sometimes a light sickness, sometimes a little bit more heavily, and so that's part of life, and we're not secure from that. And of course there's the death, and of course one time we will die, and it's also sure that not only we die, but also the people around us, the people we love. And as the last one, the fifth one, is that the security that in each moment we have a continuation in our actions in terms of body, speech and mind. The Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha, died for about 2,500 years. We know that is one part of the truth, but on the other side we can also see that the Buddha is still a part of us, in every one of us, and his practice is still continuing in us. And just like Mahatma Gandhi or Jesus Christ, Muhammad, They are a part of us. What they taught, what they did, what they thought, what they have taught us, that can inspire us. So they also are living in us. And of course we can try to avoid risks, and we can do that to a certain degree. But more importantly, at least according to the Buddha, is to take care of our mind. When I was a child, I had many ear infections. And of course I had the flu or a cold. Many times I had to be treated with antibiotics. And of course it is good that we can do many things. And also in the Buddhist tradition, also people have been using always herbs and herbal medicine to stay healthy and to take care of our mind, to take care of our body. And on the other hand, what is important is that we can enjoy our life, that we can relax, that we feel well, and that we are not living in fear and with worries. And that's why it's important to take good care of our mind. So we can also live with insecurity. So the Buddha taught that the mind is key. The mind is key to either be happy or also to be very unhappy, to lead a life that is that brings a lot of advantages, blessings, or the other way around. And also with financial security we know that it can always be more. And we may have hunger or thirst for more money, for more security, and we know that we will never really be fulfilled. And we will never be 100% safe for growing old, for getting sick, and for dying. But there is something like our mind. And when we take good care of our mind, then we can have beautiful flowers in the garden of our mind. Beautiful flowers of understanding, of love, of compassion. And we all don't have just a need for financial security, but we have a deep longing to love and to be loved, to understand us and to understand other people, to understand the sources of our happiness and the sources of our suffering. And the Buddha taught, monks, I do not see a single thing that, when it is not tamed, guarded, protected and restrained, is so very harmful as the mind. An untamed, unguarded, unprotected and unrestrained mind is very harmful. So when our mind is untrained, and when we do not know how to take care of our pain, of our suffering, of our fears, worries, our anger, then that leads to great unhappiness. And on the other hand, the Buddha taught monks, I do not see a single thing that when it is tamed, guarded, protected and restrained is so very beneficial as the mind. A tamed, guarded, protected and restrained mind is very beneficial. So, on the other hand, when we take good care of our mind and we recognize what is there, compassion, and we take good care of our mind, then even if there's still suffering, but when there's still compassion in our mind, then we can much easier forgive and relax and take care of our suffering. And that is a big gift. And I hope in this retreat that when we feel relaxed and we have everything at home that we need, but what is very comfortable is a mind that can relax. And for that we don't need a lot of money or material richness. I think that even many financial means to be rich and to have many possessions can be an obstacle to be happy. And we can be very happy when we lead a simple life. And look for security in material goods and riches, then maybe we have to pay a high price for that. A high price because we need to work hard for it, and we may have a lot of stress, and maybe even we pay with it with our health. And that's why it's so important to take good care of our body and mind. In Sanskrit there's a word bhavana, and it's meditation or a spiritual cultivation of our mind. So we cultivate our mind, and it is like a garden. When we take good care of our garden, when we cultivate our garden, we can see that we have a beautiful garden. And to have a fertile earth. So we cultivate our mind. We take care of our mind, whatever is there. When there is sadness, then we are there for our sadness. And we recognize that we are sad, and we embrace our sadness. And it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to be angry. But when we practice, then we can take good care of our anger or sadness. And Thay, our teacher, has taught us that it's okay to be angry or to be sad, but when you're a practitioner, it's not okay not to practice with it. We all have the right to be sad, to be angry, but as a student of the Buddha, we don't have the right to not practice. When we are a good continuation of the Buddha, then we practice. We are angry, but we know that we are angry, and we practice to take good care of our anger. And we don't speak or we do anything that we will but we go back to our breathing, and take care of it. And in this weekend we practice to be there for our mind and to recognize what is there, and we can relax, and it's a great happiness to be able to relax. And when we have love and compassion in our heart, then we know that's a great happiness, and we can cultivate that. And we know, I am happy, I am lovingly, I am mindful. Then our happiness and our love is getting stronger because of this mindfulness of love. And on the other hand, if we have many worries and fears, then when our mindfulness is strong enough, then our mindfulness is we a mother that takes good care of her small child, of worry, of anger, of anxiety. And in every activity during this weekend, we can do that. If we stand, lie, or sit, we have always an opportunity to practice. Every moment is like a precious gem. In every moment we have an opportunity to return to ourselves, to our body, to our feelings, perceptions, to our mind. We can return. We will listen to one sound of the bell, and we can remember to be present. Höre, höre, dieser wundervolle Klang der Glocke bringt mich zurück zu meinem wahren Selbst. When during the day we are present with our breathing, then it is a help that body and mind are together during the day. And we can practice that during every moment of our daily life. We are present to take care of our garden. And in this way, we can nourish the good things in us. And now it's evening, and we will practice brushing our teeth. And we can see that brushing our teeth is a very beautiful practice, to take time to stand in stillness and to brush our teeth in mindfulness and at ease, and not to hurry. And at the same time, we can remind ourselves that when our mouth is fresh, then our speech can also be fresh. And maybe on this weekend we can do a little bit more our best to speak lovingly. When we brush our teeth, we can remind ourselves, my mouth is fresh and the speech from my mouth is also fresh. And when we are at home and we are there for our family members, our friends, we can remind ourselves to be patient, to be compassionate, to be lovingly, so that we can listen deeply, and when we say something out of a mind of love. I see from my experience as a monk in this tradition for almost 18 years that many problems are arising from the art of communicating with each other, and that it's so important to be able to listen to each other and to communicate with each other in a loving way. And that is something we can all practice with. It has to do with our practice of mindfulness. When we are relaxed, then it's good for us, and it's also helpful for our communication and for our way of dealing with other people. And also when we use the telephone or we're using online communication, like with Zoom or other online platforms, then we can remind ourselves to practice, to be relaxed, at ease, to smile to ourselves and to smile to the other person, so that the conversation is pleasant for both sides. And tomorrow, when we get up, we have a chance to remind ourselves that it's a new day, and that we can live mindfully this day, and that we can look with eyes of compassion. And for that we also have a gatha to start the day in this way. And this gatha is, waking up this morning, I smile. And so we start the day with a smile for ourselves, and we offer ourselves a beautiful smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment and look at all beings with eyes of love. And for that we can take some time to lie in bed and to wake up slowly. And when we stand up, we can be aware that we take the first steps of the day, and we can practice walking meditation. And even if you've heard it many times, I don't know if you are practicing it, to smile and to take the first steps of the day mindfully. maybe we go to the bathroom and we stand up. I stand up and we take the first steps of the day, and of course also during the day. Dear Thay, dear community, I hope you have the chance to get up at home and to make a few steps. Wherever you are, in your living room or in your garden. So just like what I did, I am in the Buddha garden here in the EIAB, and I really like to walk here and to walk mindfully here. And now I go with bare feet. It is pleasant, it's warm, it's spring, and I feel the connection with Mother Earth. And when we walk, we can take time to really stand up and to feel the earth under our feet and to feel our body and our breathing, how our belly is rising and falling, the shoulders are relaxed, and we can smile. We offer ourselves a smile, we offer our body, our feelings, our mind a smile, and we smile to the nature all around us. And in this way we can practice to relax and to arrive. And when we walk, we can practice in this way. When we breathe in, we can be aware that we take a step. And when we breathe out, we can be aware that we take a step. When we walk in this way, it is very good at home when we don't have so much space. We take one step when we breathe in, and we take one step when we breathe out. When we have a garden and we are at home, then we may also like to make two steps when breathing in, and when we breathe out to make 2 or 3 steps. We can practice with that. The most important thing is that we are present for ourselves. We arrive with each step. We arrive in our body. We arrive in the here and now. And that's why we can practice with a very simple but very beautiful gatha that I always also like to use, and that is arrived, arrived, with every step, with the in-breath, arrive, arrive, and when breathing out, at home, with the out-breath. And if we do that 100%, then those are not only words, but that is a deep practice, not to think, not to lose ourselves in thoughts about the future or the past, but that what we touch is the earth in the here and now. We don't touch the earth of yesterday or tomorrow, but the earth in this moment. And we are in touch with our breathing in the here and now, with our body in the here and now, and with our feelings in the here and now, not with the feelings of the past or our feelings, how we think they will be in the future, or maybe I will get sick, or whatever may happen. What is important in this moment is this present moment. So in this way we can walk and we can enjoy walking as a free person on this planet Earth. We are free. It means like we are not a prisoner of our thoughts, of our worries, of our anxieties. But with each step we can practice to be a free person. We free ourselves of the chains of ignorance, of suffering, of anxiety, of fear. And we can be aware that Mother Earth is under our feet, but not only under our feet, but also is in the earth element in us. And we see that we are not separate from each other. Mother Earth is there, and therefore I am there. And I am there because Mother Earth is there. And the earth is there because I am there. We are not separate from each other. We can think, oh, maybe the earth was there before and then I came later. But we can see that we inter-are, and with every step we can touch this truth. I'm not only walking on the earth, but I am the earth. I'm not only walking in nature, but I am part of this nature. I am this nature. And in this way we can see that these boundaries, these illusory boundaries between ourselves and our environment can dissolve. And so we don't need to feel so separate or lonely, but we can see that we are one and that we are very deeply connected. We are not alone. We are not a separate self. And I hope in this way that we can walk together. It's not a tiring practice, but it's a real joy to walk on this planet Earth, to be in touch with this planet Earth and to enjoy every step, and to be aware that we are not walking alone, but we are in touch with the wonders of life. And there are so many beautiful sources of nourishment in us and around us. And one source of nourishment is to be in touch with Mother Nature, to hear the birds singing, to see the sunshine, and with everything around us. We just need to open our eyes and to be in touch. And I hope we have a chance in this online retreat.
Eine Gelegenheit haben, miteinander so auf diese Weise zu üben.
After the first steps of the day, we will arrive in the bathroom. At least I practice like that. And over there I open the water tap mindfully and I practice with the Gatha. Water comes from high mountain sources. Water comes from deep in the earth. Miraculously, water comes to us and sustains all life. My gratitude is filled to the brim, and it helps me to see that the water is a miracle. It's a miracle to have clean water. So to open the water tap is a practice of gratitude and happiness. We can be happy that water comes from the water tap. And so practice can, like happiness can be a habit of mindfulness, to be mindful of the fact that water is not to be taken for granted. And so mindfulness can help us to make every moment special. With mindfulness we can recognize the miracle. Water comes from the water tap. That is not to be taken for granted. That is special. And for me, I really like, after I visited the bathroom, I really like to make a cup of tea. And that is for me a tea meditation. To sit down, also with crossed legs, and to recognize that it's a great happiness to have a clean water, to have time for a cup of tea alone or also with others. And Thay says sometimes, drink your cloud. Reminder to see that tea exists out of non-tea elements, to see the clouds and of course the tea leaves, maybe in Southeast Asia, and that many elements come together so I can have something to drink. And that I don't need to hurry, but I can have time to enjoy a warm cup of tea without having to plan for the future. Just to sit, to breathe, to drink, to listen to the birds, to breathe,
zu atmen.
It's very simple.
Es ist ganz einfach.
To enjoy life can be very simple.
Kann ganz einfach sein.
Just with a cup of tea.
Tee.
And of course we will cook our meals or work a little bit also in this retreat, and we can also do that mindfully. Dear Thay, dear Sangha, so now I have a little bit of working meditation. It means like I cut vegetables for the kitchen. Now I have a cutting board and a knife, and I cut slowly and mindfully ginger. It should be thin, and I do that in and my practice is to be happy when I cut the ginger. And whatever we do, also in this online retreat, we will also cook. And cook is not a waste of time, but a chance for us, an opportunity for us to be in touch with us, with ourselves, to be with our breathing, to harmonize our movements with our breathing. And at the same time, it is a chance for us to be in touch with the vegetables that we, or the fruit that we are cutting. Then because we can see that ginger, that many things come together so that we have actually ginger. And we can see, when we look deeply, we see the clouds and the sunshine and the minerals from the earth and many people who contributed to that, so that we now have ginger. And in this way, it's also a meditation. It's not just work, it's a working meditation. So with cutting vegetables we can meditate. We can be in touch with reality, with the nature of interbeing, and we can be very mindful. And with joy we can cut the vegetable. And whatever we do in these days, we can do that with peace and with enjoyment and relaxation, without rushing, and to enjoy whatever we are doing, and to slow down. When we are eating, we also have a chance to relax, to slow down, and to see that eating can also be a beautiful mindfulness practice. We are present for us, we are present for the food, and when we are eating with other people, we are also present for them. And now I have something very simple. It's like a raisin, and a raisin is also very valuable. And we can see that a raisin is a gift of the whole universe. Rain, sunshine, earth. Many people who contributed that the grapes can grow, that they are being harvested, that they are dried, that many people who made them available in the supermarket so we can buy them. And so a raisin is something very precious, also when it is just small. And when we take time, we can look at the food as something very precious. The whole universe comes together in this one raisin, and we can learn to treasure this food and to enjoy it. We can smell. It smells very nice. And we can slowly chew the food without being in a rush, And it's a practice that we do regularly, also with children. And sometimes children say like, oh, that's the first time that I really know how raisin tastes, what a raisin tastes like. And it's very pleasant to eat in such a way. And I think especially when you're not too hungry, then it is also easier in this way to be very mindful and to take time, not to rush, to really enjoy the raisin, not just because we want to eat something, but because we see that a raisin is a miracle, and that eating a raisin is a wonder, and that we can be grateful to have a raisin to eat. And it's also a practice to be grateful and to be happy when we eat. And when we eat at home, I hope sometimes we can do it also without talking, and we have some moments of silence, and that we can really be present for the food, that we have a chance to eat in peace and to really taste what we have in our mouth, and that's a big chance. So just like this retreat is also a big chance for all of us to solidify our practice, to stop, to look deeply in everything that we do, also to see what is in us, to understand ourselves a little bit better, to recognize our habits, and to see maybe what we can integrate in our daily life, what can make us happy in our life. And during the day we have many kinds of practices, and we offer many things, and I hope you can be present with us during this retreat as much as possible. And every moment is a chance for us to return to ourselves. And even if it doesn't always work, sometimes our mind is elsewhere, but in every moment we have a new chance, and that we seize this chance. We have an opportunity to practice, to be happy, to be present, and we can relax ourselves, and we can live our life fully, 100%. So enjoy, and good luck, and I hope we see each other tomorrow. Gute Nacht.